But not any longer. Now judges are abused and maligned with almost reckless abandon and with no consequences. They are physically and mentally assaulted, sometimes roundly disrespected by the ordinary citizen. How indeed the mighty.
So guys, this is El-Rufai speaking to lawyers. Guys, he did not really hold back. He told them a whole lot of things. In fact, he said a whole lot of things concerning how lawyers used to be respected. As in our growing days, whenever you hear that this person is a judge, we look them with big respect and we see them as people that have integrity compared to what is happening right now in Nigeria. El-Rufai really blasts the judicial for the silence on Tinubu reckless constitutional breach. He said a whole lot. And you know, right now in Nigeria, there are a lot of issues concerning the judicial. People, the poor masses, Nigerians have lost their hope in the judicial. When we are growing, there is this saying that said that the judicial is the hope for the common man. Now, it's no longer like that. As in, once you no get money, not even money, once you no belong to the ruling class or progressive Congress, as in everything will work against you. That is what is happening right now in Nigeria. Not be me they talk as in now waiting they happen, now waiting everybody they see. It's as bad that even little children are aware of what is happening in Nigeria, which is very bad. The judicial is supposed to be an independent body. They are supposed to be independent, but Nigeria own is no longer like that. But then what do we expect? When we see now the president, now they appoint the chief judge, now they pay in salary. All of them, the government, they pay their money. We know, so according to 1999 Constitution, there are two methods of appointment in relation to federal judges. One, we have appointment by the president on recommendation of the National Judicial Councils, subject by the confirmation of the Senate. Nigeria, we still know how our Senate stay they work. Those ones, according to Peter Aka, they are rubber stamp senators. Obviously, once the president don't already talk, say this is what I want, nobody, the senators, the lawmakers, nobody go object them. And this is not good for us as a country, that the legislative and the judicial are dancing to the tune of the executives. It's really bad for us as a country. That is the reason why Nigerians really need to stand and speak out against this. Electoral reform needs to change. We really need to fight and push forward for electoral reform. So guys, let me allow you to watch this video, and please, after watching, I would like to know your thoughts concerning this, what El-Rufai said. Just like what I used to say, when these politicians at times make some kind statement, we don't need to look at them, because then themselves, if we won't begin look at them, we no go do anything, we no go push forward. That is what has been the problem of Nigeria. Some people now go watch this video with us, say El-Rufai they talk. Is he not one of them? Is he not among them? Yes, he's among them. But the truth is that let the truth be told. Most times when we see all these things, speak out the truth, walk with the truth, run with the truth, and leave the rest. So guys, let me allow you to watch this video, and don't forget to help us to share this video. Share this video. Everyone, every lawyer need to hear this. They really need to see the need for them to begin change, for them to begin no say they're supposed to be, for them to begin no say that they are supposed to be the hope for common man. And once they keep doing this thing, tomorrow it may be their own brother, yes, so it may be their own relation, their own loved ones. So guys, help us to share this video as you take a look for yourself.
Once upon a time, ordinary citizens tiptoed past the homes of judges. We were so scared of judges. I remember when we are sent to Justice Ben's home to deliver a message, we make sure that he's not at home before we go, because everyone was so scared of the kind, nice, and decent Justice Muhammad Bello. May his soul rest in peace as well. But not any longer. Now judges are abused and maligned with almost reckless abandon and with no consequences. They are physically and mentally assaulted, sometimes roundly disrespected by the ordinary citizen. How indeed the mighty fallen. But we must also resist simplistic narratives. Practically all judicial officers work under immense pressure, while being poorly resourced or poorly protected. The problem is not merely one of bad actors, it is also one of weak institutions, and there I say it here, a lack of courageous leadership within the body. If the judiciary is to regain its moral authority, lawyers must lead the way then. We must speak out. not only when the bench errs, but also when the bar fails. After all, every member of the bench was once a member of the bar. But it was gratifying to hear the president of the NBA speak to some of these issues. We must support judicial independence while demanding judicial accountability. We must advocate for reforms to the National Judicial Council, to the funding mechanisms of the judiciary. We must insist and ensure that the criteria for appointment to the bench and elevation to the appellate courts must be raised and made devoid of even the slightest hint of opacity. There must be total transparency. Also, the discipline of erring judicial officers must be not only transparent, but be very firmly and strictly enforced. Recent comments on this issue by His Excellency Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, SAN, bear witness to the gravity of the situation. Clearly, the time has come for lawyers to stop being mere litigators of symptoms and to become the architects of institutional health. I will now talk about the role of young lawyers and the regional bars. Let me specially address young lawyers and local branches such as yours here in Buhari. Too often, the conversation about reform is centralized and is all too often dominated by the learned silks, but change often bubbles from below. In Nigerian Bar Association against the Attorney of the Federation 2015, 15 Nigerian Kilo Reports, part 1481 on page 1, the Supreme Court recognized the importance of the Nigerian Bar Association in promoting the rule of law and legal development across the country, stating that, and I quote, the NBA plays a crucial role in ensuring that legal services are accessible and that the rule of law is upheld throughout the Federation. Similarly, in a sister common law jurisdiction, South Africa, the South African Constitutional Court acknowledged the role of legal practitioners in advancing constitutional values, emphasizing that, and I quote, the legal profession has a duty to promote the values of the Constitution and ensure access to justice for all. End of quote. It is at the grassroots, at the area courts, the magistrate courts, and customary courts that most Nigerians first come face to face with law and justice. And it is in branches like yours that legal ethics, community service, and public interest litigation can find expression beyond the elitism that sometimes make the law appear to be beyond the reach of the citizen. I would suggest that we must build a culture where lawyers are not only seen advocating in courts or pontificating on television. They must also be seen in classrooms, community halls, policy dialogues, and before regulators, educating citizens, scrutinizing local budgets, monitoring elections, defending the voiceless, and advocating for helpless consumers. The latter area, consumer protection, is especially one in which non-public spiritual lawyers can work actively. Consumer protection is neither in the exclusive nor the concurrent legislative list. So permit me to say something that may be uncomfortable but necessary. The NBA must look in the mirror. We cannot demand integrity in public life while tolerating mediocrity or malpractice within the ranks of lawyers. We cannot lament the erosion of justice if we allow our own internal regulatory and disciplinary bodies to be toothless. We cannot continue to demand a clean electoral process while profiting regularly from the shenanigans that have infected election petitions. In Chief Gani Powerbi against the Nigerian Bar Association number 2, 1989, Nigerian Weekly Reports, part 105 on page 558, the Supreme Court highlighted the responsibility of the NBA in maintaining professional ethics. And I quote, the NBA must ensure that its members adhere to the highest standards of professional conduct to maintain public confidence in the legal profession. It is time to renew the moral foundations of the Nigerian Bar Association, not through slogans, but through structure, deliberate and well-considered action. Let us revisit our ethical codes, our continuing legal education programs, the pro bono culture, and internal democracy. Let us invest not just in the glamour of conferences, but in the grit of reform. Let us not be a profession that is feared but not respected, visible but not trusted, numerous but not impactful. May it not be too late. Learned gentlemen, the bar is not merely a career or a source of daily bread obtained by any means possible or necessary. No, it is a vocation. It is a calling that is first and above all about this utmost good faith, integrity, and conscience. Whether you draft laws, argue cases, or advise clients, you as lawyers carry the weight of justice on your shoulders. You are not just a service provider. You are standard bearers. You are not just interpreters of the law. You are the defenders of the social contract. I call on you not to be passive observers of Nigeria's dysfunction. There is too much silence in the land amidst serious constitutional violations and appropriation and destruction of institutions. Let us be bold participants in the birth of our nation. Let the NBA and all lawyers work to shape policies, not just plead cases. Let the NBA and lawyers challenge bad laws, not just comply with them. Let us all uphold the Constitution, even when it is inconvenient to do so. And in all things, let us remember, the power of the law lies not just in its text, but in the integrity of those who will, plead, and interpret it. As we celebrate Law Week, may it not be just a ritual of robes, suits, and rhetoric. Let it be a time of reflection, rededication, and reform. I believe in the power of the Nigerian lawyer. For the past 40 plus years, particularly in the last 27, I have worked very closely with many of you, privately and at the very highest levels of Nigerian federal and state government.